It's not always possible to round up your friends to play couch co-op games, but there are tons of titles that let you keep the fun from afar. Whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, PC or Switch, these amazing co-op games will keep you and your friends connected. So, let's dive right in. 11. Evil West. Evil West is the third-person action game that puts you in the boots of a vampire hunter, rescuing a Wild West devoured by darkness. Designed as an explosive solo action-adventure at heart, Evil West does not shy away from offering the option to turn an intrepid Lone Ranger's journey into quality time slaying vampires with a buddy. It takes the form of an online cooperation mode that allows for two players to team up, host and invite a friend on a segment of your journey, or take on all missions together, blasting horrifying monsters in tandem and unleashing explosive combos in twice the fun, twice the style sequences. Online co-op will allow you and your friend to mix and match your character's weapons and skills for ever-expanding action possibilities. The only caveat is that it doesn't allow cross-play, so you both have to be on the same console. 10. Monster Hunter Wilds. Many websites didn't publish whole guides on how to set up Monster Hunter Wilds multiplayer for no reason. This stuff is needlessly complicated, and a lot of people are looking up how the heck it works because after more than 20 years, Capcom still hasn't figured out how multiplayer hunting lobbies are supposed to go. However, once you do get in, you're in for a treat. The newest installment in the Monster Hunter series, Wilds, is allegedly easier than World, but it's undeniably fun and packed with jaw-dropping moments. The shift in difficulty is likely to bring many new players into the Hunter ranks, which is a fantastic thing for the series, and it will also allow veterans to slow down and enjoy the visuals better. 9. Party Animals. With Party Animals, developer Recreate Games takes the goofy joy of floppy physics-based multiplayer games like Fall Guys, Gang Beasts, and Human Fall Flat, and puts its own spin on them. You'll take control of an adorable clumsy animal with a powerful right hook as you join up to 7 other players in a punching, drop-kicking, headbutting, and flopping your way to victory in a variety of different challenges. Their wobbly animations cause a sticky, moving through molasses-like feel to the controls that might be a turn-off at first, but after a few rounds, it clicks. Doing just about anything, including walking, has a short wind-up, but the delay eventually becomes satisfying as you watch your party animal launch itself into motion. It feels intentional and contributes to Party Animal's overall loose sense of combative chaos. 8. Hypercharge Unboxed. Hypercharged Unboxed is a passion project from the developers at UK-based indie game studio Digital Cyber Cherries. At its core, Hypercharge is a first-person and third-person shooter, with game modes based on shooting toy guns, building defenses, and surviving waves of enemies. However, the game distinguishes itself thanks to its unique aesthetic, in which players play as highly customizable action figures straight from a toy box. Designed to capture some of that 90s nostalgia, this game features a whole host of different PvE and PvP game modes, all of which can be played offline, online, or via LAN with friends. Whether you want to embark on missions with your friends or shoot at other players, there's something for everybody in this game. 7. Space Marines 2. Space Marines in Warhammer 40k are so legendary that even I, as someone who has not painted a single miniature, am aware of how terrifying they're supposed to be. But what does that have to do with the game? Well, fun fact, in an interview with Jan-Francois, brand and creative manager for Saber Interactive, it was mentioned that there is a reason why the game's online multiplayer only allows 3 players. The team at Saber Interactive has tested the multiplayer mode with teams of 4, but because of how powerful Space Marines are, it ended up being a massacre. So, the team has decided that 3 is the magic number. It gives players enough difficulty and challenge without being too unforgiving. With 3-player co-op support, you can take on the whole campaign together, work as a team to take on operation missions, or go up against heretics in a PvP mode. 6. Palworld. Pokemon imitating crafting game Palworld was a smash hit when it got launched, and for good reason. Co-op crafting remains super compelling, and so does creature collecting. And wouldn't you know it, they're great together too. It's all about the resource-gathering grind to unlock new structures and crafting stations in a tech tree while upgrading your ever-expanding base. You'll also have boss battles against other PAL tamers to pursue as you explore. It's specifically excellent in co-op because Having several players and their pals all working together alleviates a bit of the resource grind that would otherwise encourage you to participate in Palworld's weird pal labor exploitation side. And if you're enjoying this video so far, let me know by hitting that like button. 5. Split Fiction. Hazelight Studios' latest co-op adventure is an absolute must for anyone looking for an experience to get stuck into with a friend or loved one. Also featuring the Friend Pass that lets you play with another person online with just one copy of the game, Split Fiction mashes together sci-fi and fantasy worlds as you take on the role of either Mio or Zoe, two writers who get thrown into their own fictional worlds. With 2-play split screen, you have a blast trying out the many different mechanics and inventive level designs on offer. 4. Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 is a great single-player experience, but it's made even better with their online co-op mode, which supports up to 3 players. You can either join up with your friends to bash some skulls together, or you can even just hop in random matchmaking and perhaps discover new allies. However, the multiplayer mode is not available right from the start. Dead Island 2 co-op unlocks during the Call the Cavalry story mission, which should be around an hour into the game. All story progress, items unlocked, and achievements/trophies earned during co-op will carry on into single player and vice versa. This is the case whether you hosted the co-op session or joined via invite. However, you can't jump forward in the story by playing co-op, even if your friends are further in the story than you. 3. Sea of Thieves. Rare's Sandbox makes for a decent co-op game, but it really shines as a co-op hangout. Sea of Thieves is one of the most stunningly beautiful open-world games, and it can be completely undemanding. Board a ship with your friends, pick a direction, and just sail around drinking grog until you barf, playing musical instruments, and firing each other out of cannons. Or just chat for an hour while you cruise around taking in the picturesque sunsets. Nowadays, the game is regularly updated with new quests that are sometimes frustrating, but frequently serve up some thrilling Goonies-esque moments of adventure, and will make you feel like a brilliant crew of swashbucklers. For excitement, you can chase down other crews for some bracing ship-to-ship combat, hunt for buried treasure, or take down a skeleton fort. But it's just as enjoyable to treat it like a chat room with beautiful waves and the occasional kraken. 2. Baldur's Gate 3. Reinvigorating the fantasy of Dungeons & Dragons tabletop role-playing is no easy feat, but Baldur's Gate 3 manages to combine an immersive world full of interesting characters, witty writing, and exciting combat. Baldur's Gate 3 takes you on a sweeping adventure across the Sword Coast as you set out to try and rid yourself of a tadpole that's been lodged in your head. With so many choices to make, stories to explore, and characters to get to know, and woo if you're so inclined, it's one of the best RPGs I've seen in recent times, and better yet, you can experience it with pals. With co-op support both online and locally for up to 4 players, you can assemble a party of your very own and get stuck into Larian's D&D-fueled dice rolling journey in good company. Party members can combine their skills and tactics, share gear, and vote on dialogue choices, making this one of the best co-op experiences around. Bonus entry, Army of Two: The 40th Day is a 2010 third-person shooter video game that was developed by EA Montreal and published by Electronic Arts for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable. The game focuses on 2-player cooperative play and employs a cover system. Unfortunately, nowadays if you want to play this game, you need a PS3 or Xbox 360. 1. Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 absolutely took over the first half of the year when it launched in 2024. It's a fast-paced, third-person squad shooter. The intergalactic war needs you to defeat horrific bugs, bots, mechs, and other extraterrestrial threats. But you're not some undefeated hero. You're just a bunch of grunts doing your damnedest not to get impaled by giant bugs and eke out a victory in each mission. One of the most incredible parts of Helldivers 2 has been its evolving galactic war, in which an actual Helldivers 2 game master at Arrowhead Game Studios is in charge of the meta-narrative. The studio has surprised players with tweaking difficulty on certain planets behind the scenes and interrupting a planned offensive in one part of the galaxy with a sudden appearance of automatons on another front. Arrowhead likens it to running a Dungeons & Dragons campaign for millions of people. What other online co-op games do you and your friends enjoy? Let me know your favorites in the comments section below. And if you enjoy gaming content and want more, be sure to check out the videos linked on screen.